Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Worldwide Podcast. I'm your host, World LA. I'm the world champion, the storm that don't settle. And I got someone real special in the building. The man here ain't just a fighter, he's a war machine. Two-time Crimson War champ, one-time world champion, former Intercontinental, former United States, and oh yeah, 2023 Royal Rumble winner. My brother, my tag partner, the coldest in the game, JPSteel.
Wow, what an introduction. I might have the announcers do that every time I come out. Nice.
So
Good
let's
to be
start
on the
off.
show.
Yep, thank you. Oh, it's my pleasure. Now let's start off with this question. What does being a two-time Crimson War champion mean to you? Especially knowing how brutal those matches can get.
Oof. Two-time brutal Crimson War champion. Wow. Well, it means a lot, especially, the second one. The
Mm-hmm.
second one, as I was telling you before we started recording, the second one was the hardest for me to get because I had just come back from being in AEW,
Right.
which, NAPW, good on them. We just made a partnership with them, and now we hold half their titles.
Mm-hmm.
Good on Alpha and Bram, by the way.
Yep.
Now here making work. Let's go. But yeah. Do you want me to go into why it was so difficult for me to win that title?
Of course. Go, please.
Well, when I first joined NAPW all those years ago, I was an outsider. You know what I mean? The company had already been going for a little bit, and I was this new guy who had come in and, people didn't really like me.
Right.
But, as I was in the company, for the years that I was in it, I started, you know, adapting, like, getting in there. I was comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And, when I left, um, and went to AEW, it was hard. It was really hard because, you know what I mean? Then I was a new guy again in a different company.
Mm-hmm.
And though, I didn't really have a lot of success in AEW. I mean, look at what I did.
Right.
Nothing. Like it was a waste of time. I really should have gone back to Lucha Underground,
Mm-hmm.
where I, really cut my teeth. And but that was a whole thing.
Right.
Lucha Underground. I had some of the best matches in my career in Lucha Underground. Like that was a lot of fun. Those luchadors really like they hit hard. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah, and then once I eventually came back to NAPW, I was an outsider again. So it wasn't easy getting this championship, getting an opportunity for a championship.
Mm-hmm.
I had to work for it. I had to work really hard for it, and outside of the show, it was hard personally
Right.
because a lot of people that I had called friends that I had been back there with for years at that point just turned their backs to me because I had gotten kicked out. Like it wasn't my fault that they didn't like me. It was their fault that they didn't like me.
Exactly.
But I mean, now who's in charge? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's how it goes, right? That's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, I can't really complain though because look at the shoes that I'm in now. Look at the position that I'm in now. But it wasn't easy. It definitely was not. It wasn't easy. And then now I just defended my title against Braun Breaker. And,
Mm-hmm.
Braun's a young guy, but he's got potential. He definitely could, you know, he could definitely fill those shoes that need to be filled once me or Wild or you are gone. Braun Breaker could be that guy, which, you know, we always need new guys. We always need young guys. The younger talent is always someone that, we're looking out for. We're always looking at the indies, looking at the the amateurs, the people in the PC. You know what I mean? We're always looking at
Exactly.
those guys to take our boots and fill them.
Mhm.
And you know, yeah, I've been talking to you about it, but once I'm done, once I hang the boots up, leave them in the middle of the ring, I'm thinking of maybe managing somebody, helping them out, helping them get to that level.
Right.
'Cause what's the point of wasting your mic skills? You know what I mean? I have
Mhm.
a gift. Not to toot my own horn, but I do. And if I can help elevate somebody else, I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
Yep. So
But yeah, I mean, yeah.
you won every major title in NAPW. Out of
Mhm.
all of them, which one meant the most to you and why?
The second one, I mean, the second time I won the Crimson War Championship, that meant the most
Okay.
because I already said why because I was an outsider when I came back from AEW, and you know what I mean. It wasn't easy working with people. I had a
Mhm.
lot of people try to, Kurt Hennig me, just start shooting on me in the middle of the match. It wasn't great, but you know what I mean. You know who I am. You know what my background is. I can handle myself pretty well if someone tries to shoot on me. So,
Right. Now, do you remember the moment you first realized you were built for this? Like, really meant to be in that ring?
well, I can't really pinpoint an exact date because it's always been what I wanted to do. I've always wanted to do this. There's never been a point in my career, in my life, where I never wanted to be a professional wrestler.
Yep.
I mean, I always wanted to walk out and, you know, just start sticking it to the fans. You know what I mean? Grab a microphone and, you know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
shockingly enough, I'm not really like that outside the ring. Like, JPSteel isn't James Steele.
Right.
You know what I mean? James Steele isn't gonna flip off a baby on his way to the ring. James Steele isn't gonna, you know, tear somebody apart who's struggling, who's just trying to get their feet in. But actually, let's talk about that because I know people are gonna want to know about that whole thing with Wild when we were doing that promo a few years ago. I That was really immature of me to do that. I really should have gone over some more stuff with him before we went out there. It was pretty unprofessional of me to kind of just start going off. I was pretty young when I did it, but that's not really an excuse. I've already talked to him about it, and after we did the promo, I immediately felt bad. You
Mhm.
know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. After we did the promo, I immediately felt bad, and I apologized to him. We're all good, but I don't do that kind of stuff anymore. Usually I'll go over some things that I'm gonna say and make sure it's okay for me to say those things, but when I kind of just started picking him apart while he was struggling on the mic, it wasn't professional.
Mhm.
But yeah.
So we've been in wars side by side,
Mhm.
but I gotta ask, which match tested you? Not just mentally, but both physically.
Which match tested me physically? Oh gosh. I mean, there's a bunch of matches that I could say, but I think the one that I had at the end of 24 with Wild was probably the most intense match that I've ever had. All those spots, the bumps, the blood, everything about it was just brutal.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, me and Wild, amazing rivalry. The whole thing with the order when I kicked him out,
Yep.
all that stuff was great. It was great TV. But yeah, I mean, he loved it. He was all for it. He actually was the one that came up with it. Did you know that? He came up to me and he said, "Hey, so what if what if you attack me? Like we're all standing in the ring or something after Bram and Alpha get a victory or some crap like that, and you
Okay.
just start attacking me and they all attack me." Like that's what his. I mean, Wild is just so ahead of everything. I mean, I can't give him enough credit because he's so good. He's just I don't like you'll know when you get him on the podcast tomorrow or whenever you guys are doing the next episode, but
Yeah.
uh Wild is like he's one of those people that's going to be in charge. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna lead it. Like he's gonna take the reins and run with it because he comes up with the best stuff. Literally, if you look at our matches and you say, "Holy shit, that was so cool," Wild probably came up with it. And I came up with a bunch of cool stuff too. But Wild is gonna be one of those people. I mean, his character work, how he reinvents himself. He's like the modern day Chris Jericho, essentially.
Okay.
He's good. He's good. Like, you don't see it a lot on TV because they don't really give him a lot of TV time, which is,
Right.
say what you will about it. Definitely should put him on TV more, but he's definitely underrated. Wild should be getting that push. But yeah, that was probably the most intense match I've ever had because I didn't say no to anything, which is probably a problem. I should start saying no to stuff. Like that freaking RKO off the ladder that he gave me through the flaming table. Holy shit, that
Yeah,
sucked.
that was crazy.
That sucked. Like I had to start rolling it immediately. Like, dude, that sucked. But yeah, that was probably the worst match. That was the worst.
Okay,
What about
so
you?
my worst match is when I broke my
Yeah, at WrestleMania
A1LC
1. Yeah.
my A1LC vertebrae. Um Again, it was against Wild. He actually came up with a spot where he wanted to use my move against me. Double knees to the back, and he came down really hard, and so I felt like something wasn't right. Like I could not move, and to settle the score, he wanted to hit me with that RKO off of that ladder, and
Oh,
he hit it. He did, and I ended up
how did you even get up there?
well. You got to work through things, and one thing I've learned in this business that whatever that doesn't happen to you right away will happen immediate like after.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Whatever you're going through, whether it's a storyline, whether it's
Mm,
a work, whether anything, you will have the upper hand in just a matter of time.
yeah.
I will say when I took the titles off of Wild, the double titles.
Hmm.
I mean, I was just happy to be given that opportunity. And we all know Tyler, the commentator, he runs the company. So,
Hmm.
and not everyone
Which,
knows
but
that.
yeah.
Not
Which,
everyone
by the
knows that.
way, I mean that's like old school right there. You know what I mean? The the head the head hot show, literally on commentary.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty old school, like Vince McMahon stuff right there.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not mention his name, but yeah, yeah, of course.
What? We're not like this isn't TV. This is just us talking, right?
Yeah, you're right, but
I mean,
we might have to bleep that out, you know.
it's okay. You can cut it. You can cut it.
So, you know, um, if you can face one legend, past or present, for that Crimson War title, who would it be?
Past or present.
Yep.
Gosh, I gotta say, probably my favorite rivalry that I've ever done was against Osprey. I gotta say
Okay.
Osprey. Honestly, Osprey was a lot of fun to work with. Uh, he took everything. Like, dude, he didn't say no. He was just like me. He didn't say no to anything, and he was all for calling spots and stuff like that. Osprey was so much fun to work with. I gotta say Osprey, even though it's probably impossible, you know, with the whole situation right now. But Osprey would be so much fun to work with again. Um, but past, I would want to say Macho Man Randy Savage.
Okay.
Randy Savage, I think if you plucked Kenny Omega or Will Ospreay, the one of the best of the modern era, and put him against somebody from the golden era, I think the only person who could hang would be Macho Man.
Right.
So I would love to wrestle him. R.I.P. Rest in peace, Macho Man. But that's the dream match right there.
Right.
Cream of the crop.
From from Rumble win to IC title to US title, running with the Spade Dynasty.
Mm.
What's the next move? What do you see? What do you
Shutting
see? What's the
shutting
future?
Dangerous Jay's bitch ass up is the next move right there. We live and we
Mm,
learn, and it's time for Dangerous Jay to learn. You know what I mean?
yep.
He called out the Spade Dynasty, and now it's his time. But in all seriousness, yeah, Dangerous Jay's the next move. He's the next big guy for me to face. You know what I mean? He's the next. You know, I mean, look at him. You know what I mean? Dangerous Jay, TNT champion, national champion. This guy is the real deal. I mean, he's
Oh.
he's up and coming.
Right.
Like,
Honestly, though, I hate to cut you off. I don't like him at all. I think, honestly, what it's him that's stepping to the ring, but outside
mm,
of the ring, I think he's stupid. He has zero brain cells, honestly.
he's definitely a character. Like, Dangerous Jay is like, I don't know how to describe him. He's like he feels like I feel like he thinks like he's too cool for what we do.
Right.
Like
But
he
I
doesn't
will say, you were once in his shoes, you know.
yeah, the new guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. But I
But
I feel like I feel like I was different than Dangerous Jay though. I tried to take it seriously,
right,
but just give him time. He's young. He's
of
young.
course, of
Just give him
course.
time. But this is gonna be big for him. This rivalry with me that we're building up to, this is gonna be big for him. Like, you remember, what we used to get up to back in old NWW.
Exactly.
Like, the devil. Let's
Okay.
talk about that for a second. Like, the devil is for those who don't know, because it hasn't been on TV in a minute, but the devil is is my alter ego.
Mhm.
It's like I come out with the plague mask and the top hat and the jacket and all this stuff, and it's really cool. It's cool. I haven't brought it out in a minute because I don't know. Just there hasn't really been the time for it. Like I don't really want to. But this whole thing that we're building up to with Dangerous Jay, I think it could elevate him. Especially if he beats me while I'm the devil, it could really elevate him.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely looking
So,
forward to it.
last question before we end it off here. You and I, World and JPSteel, have been through hell and back.
Hmm.
What does our partnership mean to you?
Man, I mean, you guys were the first welcoming hand when I got to this company,
Yep.
especially Wild. You guys, like, you know what I mean? When I was a new guy, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have anybody.
Exactly.
There was no one. But, when I got here, I mean, it means so much. I think this is the first time we've actually worked together, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have we ever done a match before?
I believe Honestly, yeah, we have actually. I
When?
think
When was it?
the year, I'm pretty sure it was 2024,
Mm-hmm.
and I was holding the, no, you were holding the NAPW championship, and, I wanted a little taste of that, so,
Was that when you took it off me?
yes, it was.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. What was that at? Was that at Mania? Or was that
That,
at?
I believe that may have been,
Because I got here around Mania 3. So
yeah, it wasn't Mania. It had to have been, maybe it was Rumble. I believe it was Rumble.
maybe, yeah, that sounds about right to me. But yeah, I mean, I had worked with you prior, but I mean, like I said, I can't even remember it. I I'm gonna have to go back and look at that match because we're gonna have to top that the next time we square up. But we just had a match. Remember? We just had a
We
match
just
at
had a match, yeah.
shoot, what was it? It was War Games, right? No?
No, it was Night of Champions.
That's right, Night of Champions. Where cuz you're holding the world title, I'm holding Crimson War title.
Right,
So they
and
had us
we
face each
went
other.
head to head. Yep.
Yeah, and you ripped off that turnbuckle, you sly
Listen, listen,
bastard. You sly
listen. Let,
bastard.
let me explain myself. Let me
No,
explain
I'm just
myself.
messing. You don't have to explain. I'm just messing with you.
Okay. Well, maybe you'll get that explanation next time. Thank you
Yeah, we'll
everyone for
see.
tuning in. But I would like to say something. Whether it's gold on the line or blood in the ring, I know one thing. When JP steps through those ropes, you're either with him or you're in the way. Appreciate you, JP.
Yeah, of course.
So, thank you everyone for tuning in. Our next, um, the next person we're going to be interviewing is Wild. So, yeah, thank you everyone, and that's a wrap.
All right.